Welcome to Wethersfield, here in Essex, home to 700 and something people, a primary school, a 12th century church, a social club and a fire station. Historically significant, Wethersfield boasts over 100 listed buildings. Pilgrim Fathers emigrated from here to the United States, where Wethersfield in Connecticut was founded. The father of the Bronte sisters, who wrote many great books, was a local to here and actually came to this very church. And in Anglo-Saxon England, Wethersfield fell in the top 20% of settlements in the country by size. Not bad, right? However, recently the village, or at least the airbase within the village, has been in the paper for less glorious reasons. So allow me to spill the beans. This is RAF Wethersfield. First established in 1916 for World War I, later reactivated in World War II in 1944. It was then used as a US military base for 40 years until 1990, before then being used by a Ministry of Defence Police in Britain as a training facility. It has therefore been, for over a century, one of the most significant bases in the country for UK security. Despite this rich history, in September 21, the Ministry of Justice outlined plans to transform the facility into the largest mega prison in Europe, across the continent. Crazy, right? And of course, local residents were therefore not happy about the development for logical reasons, such as the costs it would have on infrastructure, wildlife, traffic, etc. I mean, the local roads, for instance, they're all B roads designed for horse and cart, not the big lorries travelling supplies, people to and from the location. As you can imagine, severe pushback from the locals kicked off, leading to a Stop Wethersfield Airfield Prison organisation beginning at around the same time. The community-led campaign wrote to high-profile figures such as the Prime Minister, leading to local media paying attention to SWAP's efforts to prevent the would-be 3,500 high-security inmates moving into this beautiful village. Some may say the campaign was successful after word about the prison soon died down. However, others may say the problem was about to get a whole lot worse. Some bookworm labelled the airbase as a surplus military asset. So, in early 2023, the Conservative government and Robert Jenrick, the immigration minister at the time, decided to outline plans to house a whopping 1,700 illegal, undocumented migrants who'd come in on dinghies at the base. Those plans were then formalised on emergency development rights, allowing the Home Office to bypass all standard local planning processes so they could just go in there scot-free. Unchallenged. Perfect. Wethersfield's Member of Parliament, James Cleverly of the Conservative Party, was also involved in the initial rollout. And actually, if there was an election tomorrow, according to polls at least, the Braintree constituency seat in which Wethersfield lies is expected to swing to Reform UK. And do you know what? I'm not surprised. It's that bad. Really not surprised. Local opposition, including legal challenges via judicial review from Braintree District Council, residents and parish councils, all failed to overturn the decision, with the High Court ruling that the Home Office acted lawfully. The site also had large amounts of money thrown at it to help keep the illegal immigrants happy and entertained. At the taxpayers' expense, accommodation blocks, an on-site GP surgery, a dining hall providing 3 meals daily, a multi-faith centre, a gym, an indoor basketball court and a shuttle bus to give transport to nearby towns Braintree and Chelmsford. Oh, and they're given spending money, in case that's all not enough. They're giving all these things for free and we pay for it all. Must be like Butlins in there. I'd like to go one day. The Home Office declared that this must not be a detaining facility, therefore enabling the undocumented migrants who came here from France free rein across all the quiet surrounding rural villages to Wethersfield. And even though they're required to return by 11 p.m, some of them just don't. And in 2023 alone, 23 of them simply vanished. We're not allowed to know what they're up to now. In their pre-election campaign, the Labour government pledged to shut RAF Wethersfield to undocumented migrants altogether. But it's still open. Prime Minister Keir Starmer just chose not to follow up on his pre-election promise, which is unlike him, but... I'm a local to the village of Wethersfield, so I've seen the impact this has had, and some manage to turn a blind eye to it, but the vast majority of us resent what's been done. I mean, hundreds of military-aged young men plonked in the middle of a village with nothing to do. It's boring. So you're asking for trouble. And numerous times have I been on dog walks myself. You see half a dozen of them grouped together, walking along, dressed in all black, hoods up, shouting in their language, giving me eyeballs. It's intimidating, let alone what an elderly woman must think, bless her. And on local Facebook groups, I've seen doorbell camera footage of, one can never truly be sure, but what looks like one of the immigrants going into people's gardens, taking things, trying to steal cars. And then bear in mind all the entertainment features they're getting, all the resident-led campaigns ignored, and then the sheer fact that people of Wethersfield are now outnumbered by these foreigners. Come on, it's a kick in the teeth, you've got to admit. And then all these London-centric politicians wonder why anti-immigration public opinion is on the rise. The writing's on the wall. There's not a lot for us to do, the people that have been paying into the system for years, not a lot for us to do here. I mean, there's like parks and fields, but when you hear of gyms, basketball, indoor courts, shuttle buses free of charge, you're taking the mick. And that's why it's a big issue, rightly so. I'd love to know what you think though. If you disagree, I'd love to know, so let me know. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hope you've learned something today.